I've already survived 200 days on this island, and in just 200 days, this island has changed from just bamboo to something amazing. But that's not all I wanted to do. So without further ado, I survived 300 days on this island with just one bamboo. Day 201, and I want to finish this sugarcane farm. But how many sugar canes have grown here? 0. Not a single cane has grown yet. In the meantime, I can get more bamboo to expand my village. I also need sand for my village. And then I can build. And how's the sugarcane? Well, some has grown. I think it can be planted. I just need a little more sugarcane. On the same day, I built another house for the village. On day 204, I harvested bamboo again because the next house would take a lot of resources. This is where we're going to have this big house, and it will be a corner house. Somewhere around this size. The frame of this house is ready. We just need to add walls and a roof. I didn't have enough bamboo. The house itself is ready. I just have to add the roof. I've drawn the outline of the roof, and this is how it will look. I have a wandering trader that spawned here. And what are you selling? I see a birch tree, which I bought from him, as well as pumpkin seeds. Then I spent the whole day building the roof. I seem to have made a mistake somewhere. This roof doesn't fit together. Look at the way it came off. We have to rebuild this roof right away. And now it looks really good. I like it. On day 204, I finally planted the sugarcane farm to the end, and I finished the roof. Are there really no pillars on one of my islands? That needs to be fixed, so I went to get some deep slate. On day 209, I built the pillars for this island. It's been a day now, and there's no progress on the eggs. And there is nothing on them either. I don't know when they will grow. Well, let's get some bamboo, because I need to build a new island for the pumpkin seeds. And I will build this island somewhere to the right of the watermelons. And I'm out of dirt. And to get more dirt, I need to catch a pufferfish for the water-breathing potion. And now I can see the dirt. And with this dirt, I can complete the farm. And the next day, I decided to sort the shulker boxes. On day 213, I watered the future pumpkin farm. Then I planted the pumpkins. For decoration, I added a fence to this island, and I lit it so mobs wouldn't spawn here. And now I've grown all the pumpkins, and we're going to plant this farm bit by bit. The next day, I bought beds from a villager and put them in their new homes. I also got some carrots from the farm and gave them to the villagers to breed. I think the process went very well. After that, I harvested wheat until the end of the day. The next day, I decided to give some bread to the villagers. And we grew our first pumpkin. By the way, why am I the only one who feeds the villagers? They can work for me here, so let's build a mini garden here where the villagers can work. I'll also put 2 composters here so they can have a profession. And I have a lot of wheat seeds, so wheat will grow here. And I have finally started to get people to move in. Oh, I see they found their profession right away. And now we have 2 farmers. I hope they can feed this village on their own. After that, I went to add pillars to the pumpkin farm. And now we have almost a row of pumpkin patches. I don't like the way my gold farm works, so I want to change it. And I want to rebuild it because not all the mobs are farming here. Well, let's rebuild it. Okay, I've changed the design of this farm, and now I need to get all the glass because I'm going to upgrade the farm. Great, my Silk Touch pickaxe is almost broken. I need to enchant it and repair it. So I immediately bought a mending enchantment, and we can repair the pickaxe at the mob farm. By the way, I can also buy a few unbreaking enchantments from the librarian. And now my pickaxe is super cool enchanted. Let's go get that glass. Now we can build more layers to this farm. finally, I have rebuilt this gold farm, and now we can go back to our island. I want to build an automatic bamboo farm somewhere in this place on a huge island, because on the bamboo farm I have to do everything manually. And for that, I need to get iron, and before that, I need to make torches. So I cut down the trees and melted them into coal, and I spent the whole 223 days mining coal and iron. By the way, the eggs still haven't grown, and I spent the whole day melting iron. The next day, I got some bamboo and started to build a bamboo farm, but I still hadn't decided what to do with this farm, so I redesigned it several times. On day 226, I went to get some deep slate because it'll be the walls of my farm. By the way, I can make an ender chest to put the shulker boxes in, and with this ender chest, I'll have a huge inventory, and this ender chest fits very nicely into my inventory instead of many shulker boxes. Since I was almost out of food, I got some carrots and gold from the piglin farm. After that, I made a golden carrot. The next day, I started to build a bamboo farm by adding glass panels, and during that day, I managed to build this, and I still need to add pistons to push out the bamboo, as well as observers that will respond to the growth of the bamboo itself. And for that, I need to get some quartz. So let's keep building. But I don't have enough quartz for this farm. Okay, I can finish this farm. I built a mechanism to detect this bamboo, and for some reason, there was no signal. But what if I put a redstone here? So we put the block in, and there's still no signal. Maybe I turned it the wrong way, and now it seems to work. Well, it seems to be working. I don't really understand. Okay, I'm going to move these two observers as well. I added a repeater to the signal, and let's check again. So the signal is still being sent, and now we need to get that signal to the future pistons. I decided to use an ingenious scheme with torches, but for some reason, it doesn't work. So I decided to use a ladder to transmit the redstone signal, and that is the system we have. The next day, I started to build the mechanism up to the pistons. By the way, I have a wandering trader here. What do you sell here? Oh, acacia. I'll buy it from you. We'll deliver it right away. When I add a signal, the bamboo collides. All is well. Now we can add the pistons. Llama, go away. I'll put the pistons here. He's still spitting at me. Come here. That's what you deserve. On day 232, I've been building the mechanism of this farm. I finished this mechanism, and let's test how it works. I mean, I put a block of bamboo there, and I hear a lot of sound, and here we have, not everything worked. I changed the mechanism a little bit, and this time almost all of the bamboo was pushed together, and that's good. I just need to change the mechanism a little bit more. That's it. The mechanism worked, and now we can finally build it here. Let me briefly explain how the system of this farm works. There are observers here, and when the bamboo grows up to them, these pistons push the bamboo down, and so on in a circle. And now we're building. Done. The main part of this car farm is done, and I need to make a loot room, which will collect all the bamboo in my box. But this room has to be built underwater, so I need to catch a pufferfish. Oh, a fugu. I managed to catch it quite quickly. Let's finally build it. Yes, I finally dried this platform. The next day I added the hoppers and added the rails with the minecart. And this system still works. The cart goes back and forth. Then I added chests to this loot system. I grew bamboo to see how it worked. Because I put in glass panels, the bamboo didn't grow all the way to the end. So I went to get sand to make new glass. And while the glass was melting, I started to build the same farm, but in the other direction. The next day I broke the glass panels. I replaced them with normal glass. Then let's test if all the bamboo will gather there. Yes, it fell, and then the bamboo disappeared. As far as I can see, the minecart is working very well, and the bamboo is already being sorted in the warehouse. It's really great, and the first part of the automatic bamboo farm is almost finished, and I went to get more sand to make more glass. On day 239, I started building the other side of the auto farm. On day 240, I added a wall of deep slate. I just have to add the redstone mechanism, and it will be done in a second. And the mechanism is completely finished. Then I started to expand the underwater room. I really didn't have enough deep slate for this room, so I'll get it here. I have 5 stacks of deep slate, and now I can continue to build the room. The room itself is finished, but now it needs to be dried. Even my netherite pickaxe almost broke. It's a good thing I have a cool mob farm where I can quickly repair my axe. And on the 246th day, I finally dried this room completely. On day 247, I connected 2 storage rooms, and this villager is still trying to go somewhere. Well, let's not bother him then. Oh, a horse was struck by lightning here. What? The sky was clear here. Well, let's try to kill them there. Oh, and now we have a lot of horse skeletons here. There are 2 horses, and I want to give them name tags so that they don't disappear. And in order to buy a tag, I need to trade quickly with the villagers. So I'll buy a tag from this librarian, take the name tag, and now I need to build it up. And I kind of built it up. After that, I redesigned the loot system by connecting the minecart to another part of the farm. And the bamboo was added to the chest. Yay! And this automatic bamboo farm is now completely ready. Well, I found a saddle in my chest that I could put on this horse. And I'm on the horse. And by the way, how did it get here in the first place? There were no horses on my island, so this skeleton horse just appeared? Well, if it appeared, I'll probably tie it to this fence. On day 250, I went to kill shulkers to get a lot of shulker boxes, and now I have 13 shulker boxes in my ender chest. After that, I planted grass and cut trees in this huge island, and the next day, I planted trees again, but this time I divided them into zones. Then I spent the whole day trading with the villagers, because I want to buy another beacon. And day 253, I continued trading with the villagers, and the next day, I expanded the netherwarts farm because I can trade with the alchemists. But I didn't have enough growth to plant the whole farm, so I went in search of the fortress and the netherwarts in Nether. When I found the fortress itself, I did not find the netherwarts. So the next day, I went to get iron to make an auto furnace. I'm really pissed off that there are a lot of mobs there. I need to light up the island. But first, I want to melt down the iron for the auto furnace. On day 257, I started making room for the auto furnace and started building the auto furnace itself. Day 258, I went back out to get more iron since I didn't have enough for the hoppers. And this villager is still there. By the way, let me try to save him. And then I'll throw him into the boat and take him to the island. And this villager immediately went to the village. On day 260, I finished the auto furnace. And the mine carts go back and forth. Now all we have to do is cosmetically finish this auto furnace. Then we will put the lever here, and when I push it, the mine cart will stop and go. And with this auto furnace, I'll be able to melt all the resources I need. On the 261st day, I mined wood and other resources. The next day, I mined obsidian. And now I can build a new portal to the Nether. The portal is ready, and this is what it looks like. And since I have a new portal ready, I can break the old one. After that, I collected the netherwarts and planted them. I think I can light up my island, so let's get a beacon. And now this island can be illuminated. Oh, I'm being attacked by pillagers. Can I really start my first raid? I have an achievement for killing a pillager with a banner and a bad omen. But before I raid, I'm going to repair my bow. And the raid begins. Well, finally, I can get my first totems. And here I see them coming from the direction of my house. And I have dealt with the first wave. The second wave is coming from my estate again. I hope that the third wave will be more difficult because the previous 2 waves were too easy. And the third wave was also very easy. And there are only 2 pillagers left. This is the one to hit, and there's only one left. And I can even finish him off with my sword. But there's still many waves of these pillagers left. And I'm out of arrows and my bow is almost broken. Oh, and in this wave there are mobs dropping totems. I killed one of them and finally got my first totem. I'm done with this wave. There are a few more. Seriously, they all spawned on my netherwarts farm? I finally killed all those mobs, and now I am the hero of the village. After that, I continued to light up the island. And on the 269th day, I lit this island to the end. After that, I decided to expand this netherwarts farm a bit more. From day 270 to 275, I traded with the villagers to get enough emerald blocks to build a beacon. Then, on day 276, I built the base of the beacon. In the evening, I automated the mob farm with campfires. Immediately, a skeleton fell in and died. Okay, and for myself, I made an AFK spot on top so that more mobs would spawn on the mob farm. On day 277, I went into hell to farm the heads of the wither skeletons. Here I see the fortress. By the way, there's the first wither skeleton. Well, let's farm it then. I returned to my island and spawned a wither. I killed it quite easily, and at night I placed this beacon on the pyramid, but I took a buff for second level speed. The next day I gathered resources to expand my mob farm, and on day 282 I built another floor on that farm. On day 283 I harvested bamboo again because I didn't have enough resources, and the next day I mined stones for the walls of the farm itself. And the next 2 days I built 2 more layers in this farm, but again I didn't have enough bamboo. And on the 288th day I finished the farm. On day 289 I cut down trees, and on day 290 I decided to do a very important thing, which was to sort the shulker boxes. On day 291 I collected more resources to build an iron farm. I collected all the resources from day 292 to day 297 to build the iron farm. Now I need to add zombies to the farm. I waited for the night to do this. Then I turned off some of the lights on the island so that the zombies could spawn here. And here are 2 zombies, by the way, and I gave them some name tags. After I brought them to the farm, I closed these zombies. The next day I built a railroad to the farm to move the villagers there. And that day I managed to move about 4 villagers. The next day I moved all the villagers I needed to this iron farm. Well, on the 300th day, golems should be spawning on this farm, and there's already a golem spawning. I temporarily covered the zombie with glass and gave carrots to the villagers to breed here, and the first baby has already appeared. This is good because I was really lazy to drag everyone here. And after that, I waited exactly 10 minutes to check how much iron is being farmed on this farm. And here are 43 iron ingots. In 10 minutes of farming, considering it's fully AFK, this is very good. And we're already at 301 days, so my 300 days have passed. I managed to build a lot of stuff, building new farms and improving old ones. And I want to thank you for watching, and especially the sponsors of my channel that you can see on the screen. Bye bye.